What if the detours in your life were actually part of the road? I mean, the jobs that didn't fit, the dreams that didn't pan out, the season in your life where everyone was like, oh my gosh, you are so off track. What if they weren't actually mistakes? They were just part of your journey. Because today I'm going to talk about something people don't want to talk about. They feel a lot of shame about. And that's this idea of changing your mind. Because listen, let's get real. We all change our minds all the time. I change my mind probably more than others, but it's part of the journey of this life. And yet we sometimes feel like we should be ashamed of it. You know, it's like you wanted one thing, right? And then all of a sudden you want something else. Like your dreams changed or something happened in your life, or I don't know, you just wanted something a little bit different. And there was a plot twist and everyone's like, oh my God, there's a plot twist. But honestly, it's your life. And if we're gonna talk about changing our mind, I want us to take away the shame of it. I don't want you to see your work life as this linear LinkedIn trajectory. I want you to see your work life as an extension of your entire life. And I want it to be an exciting and wonderful and messy journey. So today we're going to talk about your work life, your dreams, and the plot twists that come when you least expect them. And I want to share mine. Julian, can we cue the music? I need to dance a little.
This is our time.
Welcome to Small Talk with Sheila. I am your host, Sheila, and this is a story-driven podcast where we talk about all the small moments in your life, maybe they're big moments too, that make you the main character of your very own rom-com. And I am here to remind you that you do not have to be perfect to love your messy, magical self. Because listen, this girl is not perfect. I know it might look like it. My aesthetic is actually pretty neat, I will say, and I love a good dewy skin. But oh my gosh, on the inside, I am so messy, you guys. And this whole month, I've been talking about romcomming your work life. And as you've been following the plot, my work life is pretty messy. It's all over the place. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. And today we're going to talk about something that I don't think people talk enough about when it comes to their career, and that is changing their mind. I am here to remind you that you have every right to change your mind when it comes to romcomming your work life. I mean, honestly, you have the right to change your mind about anything. So let's get into today's episode. And what's in here? What's in this mug? It could be coffee. It could be champagne. Just kidding. It's not champagne. I wish it was champagne. But it is actually sparkling water. Don't you love this mug, by the way? It's from a small woman-owned business. And I just love it because this mug makes me really happy. Let's have a lip gloss moment. We haven't had one in a while. I tried to match my lipstick to my nails. All right. Story time. Okay, so if you have been following along this Romcom Your Work Life series, you've heard it all. You've heard how I was a legal assistant, how I dropped out of law school, how I was Sassy Sheila at Radio Disney in Phoenix. Then I became and then I got my MBA. Then I became a Hollywood assistant. And I think that's where we left off, right? Okay, so right now I am in Hollywood. You guys, Hollywood was my dream for as long as I can remember. I remember even as a kid, we would drive, so I'm from the Bay Area, and we would drive a lot to Orange County, which I actually ironically live in now, because my mom's cousins lived here. And so when you drive from Northern California all the way to Southern California, you pass through LA. And even as a little girl, driving and seeing on the freeway Sunset Boulevard, just it gave me butterflies. I wanted to be in Hollywood for as long as I can remember, and I finally got myself there, and I was working in the industry, and I was honestly part of the action. I will say I was part of the action because, as you know, I was persistent. So if you want to make it in Hollywood, you got to be persistent. I was there for about 5 years. Everything was somewhat going according to plan, and I remember I didn't have dental insurance. My life was so glamorous. I was going to Sundance and the Toronto Film Festival, and I was around Academy Award-winning directors and writers and actors, and yet I didn't have dental insurance. Something about LA was just really hard as well. I used to call LA my like really hot narcissist boyfriend. I don't know if I've told you this. Like one minute, LA would just be like, "Oh my gosh, you're fabulous, you're amazing." And then the next minute it would just like knock me down, right? I'm like kind of distracted by the way cuz my husband is like doing something in the kitchen right now and I'm like, "Why are the pots and pans so loud?" But I'm hoping you don't hear this. But you know what? If you do, that's fine because this is real life and this is an at home studio. And a home is where people live and, I don't know, clink pots and pans. At some point, I don't know, something changed in me. Not only did I want dental insurance, I wanted stability. Like, I wanted to buy a house. I wanted to not always worry about like the next big movie that I was working on to be the movie that was going to catapult my career. I don't know. I just wanted things to feel a little different. And I had enough of LA, to be honest. And so I did something that people did not think that I would do, but I left Hollywood. I packed my bags and I finally moved back home. You guys, I hadn't moved back home since my Arizona days, and I finally was like, you know what, it's time. And so I moved back to the Bay Area, and that's how I ended up working in tech. I was at iHeartMedia and then Meta, and now I'm at Slack. So, for the last decade, I've built a life. I bought a home. I have stability. I have dental insurance. I have, investments. I have all of those like things that I had started really craving. And you're probably thinking I gave up on my dream, but I didn't give up on my dream. I honestly carried my dream. I mean, my dreams are something that I carry with me. And it's okay for my dreams to pause or change or say, maybe not right now. And that's exactly what I did. And I really don't regret it. I think there's these crazy messages that we're giving that doesn't really do service to us as actual human beings. For the longest time when I was pursuing my creativity, when I was acting, and I did stand up comedy, by the way. You might know that, you might not. But, anyways, I was in LA doing stand up comedy. But as I was pursuing all these creative things, being in Hollywood, being acting and stand up comedy, everyone told me that I had to suffer for my art. You have to suffer for your creativity, that somehow you have to go all in whatever you want to do. I mean, I feel like the same message is very true in corporate America. In order to climb the career ladder, you have to work overtime. You got to get burnt out. You got to make all the right moves, get all the right companies on your LinkedIn profile, like all of this stuff. And I just want to say that is not rom-comming your life. That's following someone else's story. It's not being the main character of your own. And I really want to debunk this myth that we have to go in all or nothing. Now that I've been in tech for a little over a decade, I would say, I finally decided to get back to my creativity. I decided to create the space and it has brought me so much joy. And I think a lot of people sometimes are like, oh, that's a cute little hobby that you have. And it's not really a hobby of mine. Like, I've got dreams, you guys, and I'm able to do that with the stability of my 9 to 5. Like, a lot of times people are like, pick one. And I'm like, I don't have to. I could be an ampersand, Have you heard that? An ampersand? I could be a design operations manager and the creator of Small Talk with Sheila. No one gets to define this story but mine. I feel like at your deathbed, you don't look at your LinkedIn profile and go, wow, that really made sense. I'm so proud of that one. No, you think about all the exciting things that you've gotten to try. My law school days and my law assistant days, they taught me something. Me moving to the desert and becoming Sassy Sheila at Radio Disney, that taught me something. Me going to get my MBA and then getting laid off, that taught me something. Me going to Hollywood and really trying to make it in the industry, that taught me something. And me deciding that I wanted something different for my life in tech, that's teaching me something. And me realizing that I still have so many dreams left in me, well, that also means something to me. You know, someone just recently asked me, what is it about your 9 to 5 that helps you? And honestly, I mean, I've learned strategy, I've learned operations, I've gotten to work with incredibly brilliant people. I mean, I feel like I am so well versed in AI because I'm in a space that's constantly talking about AI. I wouldn't give any of it up for anything. So, as we end this series, I just want you to know that your life gets to be the life that you want it to be. It gets to make sense to you and nobody else. And that's what being messy is all about, you guys. Like, yeah, I don't have this linear career story to tell you. And I don't know, maybe if I stuck it out in LA, or maybe if I'd started in tech a little bit sooner, I'd be in a different place. But honestly, I am not sad about it. I am not sad that I've gotten to live so many different adventures. And by the way, I feel like I have so many more adventures left to live. Oh my God, side note, I forgot to even mention this. A couple years ago, I was like, oh, I want to get into real estate. So I got my real estate license. Yes, that was part of my story. I actually realized I didn't want to go into real estate. I just liked making open house videos, which actually led me to Small Talk with Sheila. Okay, see, it all makes sense for me. Maybe it doesn't make sense for you, but it makes sense for me. So, you guys, that's what I want you to remember. I want you to remember that all of your detours are part of your story. I mean, oh gosh, we haven't even talked about a rom-com, right? Okay, let's bring in a rom-com. I feel like I get to do my creativity in my own terms now. Like, think about Julie and Julia. I am creating something special and unique to me in the most unexpected of ways. And when I think about career journeys where you one day wake up and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't what I signed up for, I think about 13 going on 30. I mean, she thought being this like flashy magazine editor would be like everything she had ever dreamed of. But when she actually looked at that life, she was like, wait a minute, I actually don't like the person that I am. I feel like we get to ask ourselves that without having to go forward or back in time. We get to ask ourselves, do I like this version of me right now? Do I like the path that I'm on right now? And if you don't, please take a turn, a turn that feels better for you, because I have a feeling I have a few more turns left in me, which you might see something about. So, my friends, I want to hear about your plot twists when it comes to your work life. You know where to find me, Small Talk with Sheila, at all the social media outlets, TikTok, on Instagram. If you're on YouTube, please leave me a comment. I love comments. And if you know someone that feels like their entire work life is a mistake, please send them this episode. I mean, listen, I've had so many different pivots. It's kind of embarrassing. Somebody once told me it was like my career journey feels like a frog jumping from lily pad to lily pad. And I actually really love that. By the way, that's a good sound effect. I'm not mad about that. I don't mind that my career path is like a lily pad. It goes from one lily pad to the next because my life is a rom-com. It's my own adventure. I'm the main character and it only has to make sense to me. So I want to thank you for being here so much. Oh, also don't forget to leave a review if you're liking this. You guys can email me, Sheila at smalltalkwithsheila.com. I like saying the .com part because it makes it official. And I can't wait to see you next week for a brand new month. I wonder what we're going to rom-com next month. Julian, editor, do you have any ideas? Also, Julian, editor, you never told me your career pad story. I mean, was it like jumping from lily pad to lily pad, or are you more of that like LinkedIn linear perfect person? Because I don't know. I want to know. As always, you know, this rom-com is just getting started. The best plot twists are the ones that are part of your story. That did not make sense at all. My skin looks so dewy.